on the Behind the Systems Rehab. This is our live session that I have every single Tuesday. And today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of, and actually, this isn't really just behind the scenes, but this is us looking here at the new HoneyBook Client Portal. So I want to make sure that you all could hear me just fine jumping in here because we did have some issues with you all being able to hear. And for some reason, like on my phone, it just is not updating on my phone when the sessions do pop in. So if you are popping in live, just let me know that you are popping in live, which would be awesome. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to take you, HoneyBook recently made some pretty good updates here to the client portal. They've actually enhanced it significantly. And so that is what we're going to take a look at here behind the scenes. So, okay, so it's good here. So I can see it on YouTube that we are live, and it just won't come up on my phone for me to verify. Okay, let me make sure. Okay, let's see what we got here. And if you are tuning in live, just let me know. Okay, someone says sounds great. Okay, awesome, awesome. So we're back. We're back here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna kind of jump into the HoneyBook Client Portal. If you're a HoneyBook user, you're watching this, or if you're not a HoneyBook user, just let us know too. You can also try HoneyBook. I think I do have a 30% off your first year in the description box, more likely on this video. If not, because of our tech problems, it may be just in a different episode, or you can go to our website. But let me go ahead and start sharing my screen really quickly because I want to kind of dive in really quick. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I want to show you this new client portal because it is gorgeous. All right, so we're going to look at it from inside of our regular HoneyBook first, because I want to show you exactly what you're looking at and how you can go through and set it up, just kind of customize it yourself here. Let's see if we're able to kind of go, can we go full screen here? Let's kind of fill it out here. Hold on one second. But I want to fit the whole thing. Oops, it's not gonna let me fill it. Okay. All right, that's fine. We'll just leave it the way it is right here. Wanted to show you guys a little bit more. Okay, she said she paid for HoneyBook for a year and only created a form. No problem. That's okay. You can go through and set it up. Actually, I just finished recording an episode just earlier today, just actually before jumping onto this live. And so, yeah, just kind of start with your systems. What I always try to tell people to do, map out your client journey first, where they're going. So that's inquiry, onboarding, client onboarding, and I'm so confused right now. So it is the inquiry stage, is onboarding stage, and then taking them through the different phases. So it's like delivery, offboarding, etc. So kind of map out those phases and then going through and putting in like your forms, the emails, the documents, everything that you want to do in between then, and kind of build it out that way. But best believe everyone starts at a form. Okay, so everyone's going to start at a form. Just kind of continue just to build it out from there. All right, so am I sharing my screen here? Yeah, I am. So, okay, so we're going to look at the client portal. This is what this particular live is going to be all about. If there's other recommendations that you guys have, I'm live every Tuesday, most of the time at 12 o'clock. But like I said, we had a little bit of tech issues, and then I was recording the podcast, and it just kind of went a little bit long. So, but most of the time, it's going to be every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. So if there's something that you want me to show or go over in these live sessions, definitely you can email me, you can put them in the chat, and I can definitely go through based off your recommendations because I kind of go based off of how the week is going, what's coming, what's new. So that's what we do. All right, so right now we're inside of HoneyBook right now. And if you go over to your settings and then you can go to your company settings, this is going to bring you to this screen here. Now, one of the first things that I recommend kind of going off from the client portal really quickly, is just to make sure that you go through each one of these tabs, because these tabs, I always feel like sometimes these tabs are missed. I think a lot of times that we want to go through and we want to do other things inside of HoneyBook. We want to set up forms, we want to set up emails, we want to set up automations, but we kind of forget about these company settings. And some of these things in the company settings, especially like your preferences and stuff, these things really set the foundation of how you can streamline your HoneyBook even more by using inputting your project fields, your lead sources, even tags. So kind of make sure that you go through and look at those. But what we're going to look at here is the domain and client portal. So the domain and client portal, this is where it basically, like what it says, it's going to be the client portal for your people. So when they go through, they put an inquiry with you, whether that's from a contact form or a lead form, they'll have access to a client portal where you can go through and show, they can get access to a lot of their different forms. So we're going to look at how it's set up, and it's actually new, which it looks so much better. What I'm hoping that HoneyBook will do is that they will upgrade how it looks for us on our side, because I really enjoy the way that it looks. So I would like to see it look like this from our side as well too. So right now we still have like the same version as before. So what we're seeing now with the client portal, it's really just what it's going to look like for the client. So right now, this is client facing client portal. So when you scroll down to the bottom, so first off, you have your section up here with your domain. This is where you can do and add your domain for your HoneyBook portal. So you can either choose like a name and it'll have like .hbportal.co. Or you can actually use a company subdomain. We personally just went with our website name and then have the HoneyBook portal from it. And what we'll do is we'll just link the portal domain. We actually have it linked on our website so our clients can easily access it. But also HoneyBook does have that option now that you can toggle on an option where your HoneyBook portal is going to be basically in every single email so they can easily see it. So if they don't know where they could locate it from, it's in all the emails that you send to them. So in this section here, this client portal, this again will be the client portal link, which you could share, you can link, copy the link. If you toggle this client access, if you toggle this on, this is going to be where HoneyBook includes that client portal in all the emails and all the files. I personally recommend to toggle it on. I do not believe it is on by default. So it is something that you would need to go through and just toggle on. But again, it helps your client to be able to know exactly how they can access their client portal. This will also be pretty helpful if the client portal that you're using, is if, like, for example, if you use it a lot for tasks, you want your clients to see every single document, forms, all of that, and you really, really want them to be able to really, really use this client portal, this full layout that they've just changed it over to is going to be really helpful for you. So your client portal just got an upgrade. Okay, so your client portal just got an upgrade. You can go through and you can hit customize here or even here. So when you click on customize, you can customize still to just a degree this login page. So this login page pretty much hasn't really changed from how it was before. It's still going through and being the same login page. So you could change like your background color. You could decide to show your logo if you want to show your logo. You can put in the title, so like the title of your company, or you could put in something custom. So you could put in a different name here if you want to. That's pretty much the gist of what you can do with the client portal. As far as the login page itself, one thing they have added within the last few months is that it makes it easier for the clients and leads to be able to log in, because they'll have access to like create like a magic link sign in. So they could just click one button, it'll send them the link, and then they could just sign in that way. So that has definitely been much easier to have clients to be able to log into their accounts in the past. So like this button here is the login with the magic link. But what we came to see is the portal styles. So now you have an additional tab, is these portal styles. These portal styles allow for you now to customize the way that it looked. And you can see the way that it looks right here on the right-hand side. so much better than what it looked like before. It's so much cleaner, so much more laid out. I'm going to bring it up in like one of our demo accounts so we can kind of just like click around and see it. But from your company settings is where you can go through and you can customize it. So you have your page background color. You could do the highlight color, so like what you want your tabs to look like. So ours is like a sage green. You can even customize the font. So this is our font. The sidebar color. So even this sidebar, you can fully customize. You can brand it to your company and everything. You can choose the button colors. You can even customize the size of the like the radius of the button. So like if you want it to be totally like rectangle, you could do that. If you wanted to have more of a corner, so if I were to move it over to 10, you see it's more of an oval shape than what I had before. I had mine like at like a 4. So you could go through and customize it the way that you want, really make it on brand. Even the button font can also be different as well, where you can customize that. This image here is going to be the image, like your default image that you have inside of your HoneyBook account. So I'm going to hit save changes. I'm going to publish because it's the same thing that I had before. And our branding information. Now, I do know from working with clients that some clients have this option located here, others do not. This actually in a different place. So in mine, we have our default header image, which is located here. And you could just upload your default header image, which would be the header image where like all your clients will have at the top of their client portal. Or the other place, if you don't have this, because it's kind of hit and miss as far as who has this and who doesn't have this. I've had clients that have started brand new accounts and they have this, and I have others that have old accounts that don't have this. So it's really no rhyme or reason as to who has it and who doesn't from what I've seen just working with clients. But the other part of where you can do this is you can go to the gallery of your pictures inside of HoneyBook, and then you could just go through and set a default. So when you upload the image, it'll allow for you to save it as a default, and then that would be the default image that you have. So if you don't see it here, just go to your gallery, you could see it there. All right, so let's see if we can, I'm going to stop sharing this